coming back to school with me. We could have done it all so easily.
Hi, my name is Craig Thompson Wood. I'm the board game teacher. Thanks for coming to the classroom. Today we're taking a look at Mastermind by Parker Brother Games. So look at the report card for Mastermind. I give the number of players a B-. Now, it may sound a bit funny because Mastermind's only a two-player game, and like I say, normally I like games for classrooms that can incorporate larger groups. But in this case, Mastermind could be done with larger groups, where if you have one person as the mastermind, the other players could be working together as a team, and that could really be good to have to facilitate discussion and communication amongst the students to decide on what they're seeing and how they might approach it to solve the problem that's being presented. So for learning, I give this game an A+. I think this game is absolutely fantastic for teaching what it does, and it's looking at things like deductive reasoning and logic and scientific experimentation, all of which I'll talk about more in my blog about this game. But this game has been used, I used to play it as a kid, but I also know that it has been used by universities and colleges and high schools and all sorts of higher, there's been so many papers and research done on this game in terms of the mathematical and scientific and deductive concepts that are contained within it, because it is just that deep and rich in terms of the learning that happens within. For fun, I give the game a C+. I know, like I said, I did play this game quite a bit as a kid. I know that my brother and I would play this sometimes, but I think in looking at how it has held up to other games that are out there now, would this be the first game that kids are going to be going for and gravitating towards playing this game? Maybe not. But I think if you can encourage them, it's still a fun game. They just maybe need a bit of encouragement to do so. Actually, I read one article where somebody suggested instead of using the pegs, use Skittles or M&Ms, and then after they successfully done it, then they can eat them. So that might be one way, sort of bribe them with candy to play the game. But even if you can get them to play it without the candy, it's really worthwhile because it is such a good game. For time, I give this game a B. I think the game, again, depends on how long people may take to figure it out, how intent they are on really deciphering it. Games should take about 20 minutes to half an hour, so you can certainly, if you have two people playing, they can each take turns being the mastermind in one time, or if you rotate it through, it should be a couple people getting a turn in one period, like considering if you have a 40-minute period like I do here at my school. So the games are not long. Again, could be longer if the people are really super analyzing it to the nth degree to figure out the code that's hidden. For cost, I'm going to leave this one as gradeless for now, because this game, if you're very fortunate like I was, I found several copies in a thrift store, and I think this is the kind of game you could find. Keep your eyes open, and it will turn up in thrift stores because it's an older game and a classic. They have newer versions that are out there, so depending on whether you want to get the new ones or whether you want to go, if you can find the old ones, you may even have one kicking around in your own basement if you're an old-time gamer like I am. But just look around, see if you can get a copy of this game, and I think you should be able to find one relatively inexpensively. And here's one quick fun fact for you. Did you know that the original game of Mastermind was done on pencil and paper? It was called Bulls and Cows. Instead of using the white and black dots to show which were the correct answers, you would just use B's and C's to show, B's for bulls, C for cows. So how many bulls, how many cows do you have, to then figure out how many correct numbers you had and whether they were in the correct positions. So bulls was correct number in the correct position, cow was correct number in the wrong position, and if you had 0 bulls, 0 cows, then they weren't in the correct position, or did you have a correct number? So, interesting little bit of a history for you. Okay, so here we have the games set up. I actually put up both of them. So this is the new Mastermind, and this is the classic Mastermind. Now it should be noted this is classic Super Mastermind. So in Super Mastermind, you have 5 spaces, whereas in regular Mastermind, you only have 4. So the first thing that's going to happen before the game actually begins is that the person who is the mastermind, the person who has the knowledge of what the code actually is going to do it in such a way that they're going to set it all up. So for example here, I've set up the code here for this game, for Mastermind, so it's orange, green, yellow, white, blue. And once I've done that, I'm going to hide it behind this little thing here, so that way I can still see it, but the other players sitting across from me shouldn't be able to see that. For the Super Mastermind, or if it's the new Mastermind rather, what they have is they have this thing where you can turn these little dials and you can program in whatever combination of colors you wish, and you just keep it there for you for easier reference. This one's kind of nice because it just requires that many fewer moving pieces, or little pieces to lose. Once that's done, once the mastermind has decided on the code, the players are then going to use the colored pieces to try and guess the code. So in Mastermind here, in the regular Mastermind, you have 2, 4, 6, 8 different colors to guess the 4 things. So not only do you have to guess the correct colors, but you also have to guess the correct positions of the colors on the spaces. And the same thing here for the other Mastermind, the older Mastermind. You have 2, 4, 6, 7 colors that I'm seeing, and so 8 didn't seem right. So you have 8 colors again, and you have to get them the 5 colors in the correct 5 positions on the thing. So I'm just going to grab up some colors randomly here, and I'm just going to put them in so the player might guess like so. In the first few games you play, you shouldn't play that the code can be one color duplicated. There should only be one instance of every color. If you want to play a more challenging version, then you can include more than one color, and that's mentioned specifically in the rules. But right now, for the first game, certainly only one color should show up one time in the code. So once that's done, then the mastermind is going to compare the person's code with their own. So, just looking at it, straight on as it is. So in this case, what I have here is blue, yellow, green, white. So with this combination, they have they have 2 colors which are correct. They need green and blue, and they don't have green and blue, but there is yellow and there is white. The white is in the correct position, so you're going to pull this piece out once to show that the red one shows that one color, one of these, is correct color in the correct position. And here I'm going to pull it out once to show that one color is correct but in the wrong position. So now it is up to the players to then, through experimentation and logical reasoning and deduction, put in a new set of colors in there to figure out which one it is. So, and the same thing here, in looking at this one. So again, you wouldn't take this off to show the players, but I'm going to do it to show you, the viewers. So they have 2 colors which are correct and 3 colors which are not. Oh no, they have 3 colors that are correct, but none of them are in the correct positions. So they have 3 colors which are correct. So you can just go 1, 2, 3, and 2 of them are, no, then you just leave 2 blank. So that shows that 3 of them are correct colors in the wrong position, and 2 are just not the correct colors at all. So again, now they're going to have to determine which of those 3. So if they decide to go, maybe they think orange is correct, and they know now that 2 of their colors were not correct, so maybe they think that they need to put in blue, and then they're going to put yellow over here, and then the white over here. No, maybe a green. So if they were to put in this combination, so you'd look at it, orange is incorrect. Orange doesn't belong there at all. This should be blue, this should be yellow, this should be green, this should be white. So orange is not correct. Blue is correct, but in the wrong position. Green is correct and in the right position. And yellow is correct, but in the wrong position. So what's interesting here is that they may believe that the orange is the correct one because both times they've had orange in the same position and both times they've only had one correct. However, what the truth of it is that the first time they had white in the correct position, but now that they've removed it, it's no longer there, but now they actually have a green in the correct position. So as they go along here, they're going to need that to continually keep amending their choices and figure it out. If they can figure it out by the end, then they win. Now I say they because it's either one person playing against the mastermind or it could be a team. And one thing which is really cool about this game, wait for it, is this one can actually spin so that way you don't have to move the board around. It's got this little piece that just sort of hooks onto this thing here and allows this to spin between players. So if you're playing on a team, each player can have a turn putting the pieces in there. Now for this one then, so again the players are going to look at this one and try to discern, based so they know they've got 3 colors correct, they're going to try to figure out through deductive reasoning which are the 3 colors that are correct and then start to find out which ones need to be in the correct position. Again, they have 12 tries in which to do it and see if they can beat the mastermind. Well, that's going to be it for today's episode. Hopefully you saw something in here you liked. Hopefully you're going to go out and get your own copy of Mastermind. I think it's a great game for any classroom, and I think you do well to include it in yours. If you have any questions or comments, please leave me a message in the comment section below, and be sure to check out my blog on this game, which will be coming soon. And again, links will be provided in the comment section below. Until next time, I'm Craig Thompson Wood, the board game teacher, saying thanks for coming to the classroom.
Are you coming back to school with me? We could have done it all so